Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on our channel. Today we're gonna talk about a very recent topic which needs to be discussed thoroughly. It's gonna be about your next summer watch. And yes, I know that you can wear a watch probably most of the time in the year, but for me a summer watch is a watch that is a little bit more alive, that has more color, that has some gold maybe in it. Not necessarily, but some color, something playful, something that gives you summer vibes and fun vibes. And for me that's almost every brand has a fair share of summer watches, but I'm gonna talk about my favorite summer watch of a few brands. And I'm gonna start, of course, with the most important brand that on the watch market. It needs to be, of course, Tag Heuer. And the watch that I would choose from them is, of course, the Aquaracer, which is basically very cheap version of the Submariner. The thing with the Aquaracer is that it comes with a handful of colors of the bezel of the dial. You have sometimes two colors on the bezel, like for example black and blue, just like the GMT Master 2 from Rolex, the Batman or Batgirl. You have green, you can get it in almost in every color that you want. So if you want to go for something more sporty, then you can go with the Tag Heuer Aquaracer, which is a beautiful watch, especially thinking about the price, because you can get them for a lot under 2,000 euros and they come with a very robust movement most of the time. They come with a high quality case, high quality bezel, and of course the bracelet is also has a very nice quality, which is not so common when you talk about watches under 2,000-3,000 euros. Sometimes the bracelets can seem cheap, thin and very hollow, but for the Tag Heuer Aquaracer, especially the new ones, you get very good quality. And the thing is that if you buy them new, of course you lose a lot of money, but if you buy them on the gray market, then you won't have any problem, you won't lose too much money. Of course you're gonna lose some money if you sell it after the summer again, but in the end of the day it's a hobby and sometimes it costs you a few bucks, sometimes you can even earn some money with trading, buying, wearing, selling and so on. I'm gonna talk next about the IWC brand, and this is a brand that is not affiliated too much with water, but the Aquatimer is one of the watches that I, for example, like a lot. There is this Titan version with a yellow bezel, and this one is my absolute favorite when it comes to summer watches in the IWC cosmos. I know that most IWCs have a waterproofness to some degree, but for me those are pilot watches and I don't want to wear a pilot watch in summer when I go to the beach, when I go to the pool or jump into the pool. I want to have something that looks like a maritime watch, and of course that needs to be the Aquatimer, especially with the vibrant yellow bezel. I like that watch, even though we had it one time, we had hard time selling it again because it's a very niche watch, a very exotic one, but nevertheless we sold it and I liked it a lot. It is very light, it looks amazing to me at least, and yeah. Let's continue with the next brand, which needs to be Omega. Then we have, of course, a good collection of watches that you can wear, but for me it needs to be the very classic Seamaster Professional 300, the diver one in blue, because it's the most classic one. I'm gonna go with the 3 hands one, not with the chronograph or something like that. I'm gonna go with that one. Of course, if you have a bigger wrist, you can go for the Planet Ocean line, or if you want it more simple, more clean, more elegant, then you can go also for the Aquaterra. They are also waterproof enough so you can go into the water without thinking about it at all. So no worries, you will find something when you talk about Omega summer watches. You can find everything. Yes, let's continue with the next one. And the next brand is a brand that most people won't even know. It's Moser Cie. There you have the Blue Lagoon one, the Blue Lagoon Pioneer, which I like a lot, and I like it just because of the dial. So that's a watch that I could see myself wearing in summer, and that's all I need and want to say about this brand, because I love this watch and the color so much. I need to keep it, and we're gonna stay with the turquoise colors here because we're gonna talk next about the Chopard Alpine, and of course we need to choose the maritime one with the turquoise colored dial. It looks beautiful, and even though sometimes the dial on the pictures can seem different than how they seem in real light, in real conditions, light conditions, the maritime model has a dial that looks exactly the same as you see it in the internet. So believe me, this watch will steal the show of every other watch if you are at the beach. I can guarantee that, even though it might be a little bit too expensive to just carelessly walk around on the beach side with it or even jumping in the sea. But I mean, you can do it, so whatever. Maybe you do it, maybe you don't. So the next brand that I want to talk about is Breitling. With Breitling, of course, you have to go with the Superocean. For me, the Superocean that I prefer the most is the Superocean Heritage one, the 42mm in blue. I like it because it's very clean, it's very simple. You have the Milanese bracelet, but I would of course wear it on a rubber strap. So for me, that's the watch that I would choose if I had to take or choose one from the Breitling collection. And yeah, okay. So what brands do we have left? Of course, we have AP, Patek, but I'm not gonna talk about those because for me they do not have like clear swimming watches. You can wear a few of them for swimming, but for me, I would never see myself wear a Patek Philippe or Audemars Piguet in the water. For me, those are watches that you don't wear when you go when you do sports or when you go into the water. I think that a lot of people, especially if you are very wealthy, then you might want to have a very high quality watch also on your wrist when you go swimming. So no worries, you will find something that suits you, that works for you. But for me, those are no classical summer watches, even though you can get them in beautiful colors, almost every model of them. But for me, those are not exclusively summer or sports watches. They are all-rounders or going to the all-rounder direction. So a brand that we must talk about, and I think I tricked you all to think that I'm gonna start with it, is of course Rolex, and I think I cannot decide which one I would take as a summer watch. For me, we have a big variety. I think the most underrated one should be the Yachtmaster, especially the one with the blue dial, because it's when we're talking about the price, it's below the rhodium gray one. It's a lot under the full gold models, that's for sure, but you get a beautiful design. The blue with the red hand look, even though on pictures sometimes it looks like it doesn't match, it matches, it looks nice. So that's also a watch that I wore one summer, like a long time, and I think it is one of the most beautiful ones for the summer. I will not go for the Submariner date or no date, doesn't matter, except the Blue Cie, because the Blue Cie with the blue with the steel gold, it gives you a beautiful vibe. And for me, I don't know why, but this vibe is something that you only get with steel gold. For me, it looks like, let's say, design that some people would wear in early 80s, 90s Miami when they go there to the beach and whatever. So for me, that's a lifestyle watch. It has nothing to do with the sports watch Submariner. For me, it's more of a, let's say, elegant watch for special occasions. But of course, it's waterproof. You can go into water, and of course, you can wear it everywhere. And nobody said that you cannot have a summer watch for yachting as well. So you can also go for the Yachtmaster 2, the Regatta one, and that is a big watch, and for me, I would take it in full gold. But for the summer, if you consider wearing it also in the sea, maybe not be too careful about with it, then you can go for the steel one. It's, I think, the more reasonable one, and it looks amazing, especially with the blue bezel, with the blue highlights on the dial. It comes with white and with blue hands. Right now we have one with blue hands, but we had it a few times. It's harder to sell, but you can sell it if it comes in a beautiful quality condition. And the thing is that it is one of the most complex watches that Rolex ever built, so that's something that you can always talk about. And if you meet other collectors, I think talking about watches is one of the things we do the most. The next brand that I want to talk about, though, is of course Blancpain, because the 50 Fathoms, especially the Bathyscape, is a beautiful watch that you can wear in summer. The Bathyscape comes normally with a textile strap. You need to remove that and get a rubber strap because it's better for water. And then you have a beautiful diver watch that looks like a Rolex Submariner, even though with a gray dial. And for me, the Bathyscape is the more wearable, more, let's say, sharp and maybe even more summer-like watch, because with the gray dial it reflects beautiful with sunlight and it looks amazing on the wrist. It comes in two sizes, so there's something for everybody. And if we talk about summer watches, then there's a brand that specializes in them, and this is of course Panerai, because for me the Luminor the Luminor Marina, the PAM logo base, whatever. You have so many watches and most of them can be worn in the water and they look like they belong there, especially of course the Marina, but also the submersible, which is the deep sea of the brand. But compared to the deep sea, I would say that the submersible in some variations looks even more waterproof. It looks more like it belongs into the water, and we do sell Panerai very, very good in summer because most people buy them, they wear them in vacation, they wear them when they go to the pool or to the beach or whatever. So basically the Panerais are, for us at least, summer watches, but you can also get non-summer watches of them and you can wear them of course all of the year. But the most beautiful occasion to wear them is of course if you go swimming, if you go into the sauna, if you go somewhere where it's humid, where it's wet, then you need to of course have a Panerai. That's at least what a lot of people think, and that's why we sell them so good in summer. The last brand and models that I want to talk about is Tudor, and Tudor comes in a handful of variations that you can get. For me, the Blancpain 58, Blancpain 54, the Burgundy one, the ones with the diver bezel, none of them, let's say it differently, all of them can be worn in summer, and the beautiful thing is they are not too expensive. You can get them for 3,500 euros, and you get waterproof watches, you get high quality cases, bracelets, dials and bezels. You get everything on them. It's amazing. And you get also, of course, the manufacturer calibers. You can get it in blue. You can get a Tudor diver watch in black. You can get them in red. So you can decide between a lot of variations. So for me, the Tudor Blancpain, especially 58-4, and as I said, the Heritage, the 41mm one, they are all amazing picks. If you want to go to the sea, if you want to wear the watch in water, then you can go for them as well, because even if you buy them new, you have the warranty from the AD, from the producing company, from the manufacturer, and then you can carelessly go into water as long as you screw down your crown. That's the most important thing, because if it's open, then for most watches that's game over basically. But you can wear it in water, you can wear it at the beach, and you're not gonna lose too much money, because in the end of the day they are very robust. You can always polish them, make them shiny again and sell them again. They do not have a big value drop as soon as you wear them. So for me, Tudor might be the brand that has the most beautiful summer watches if you want to get a new one. If you are not too shy with the gray market, I would say it's Panerai. And of course, if you want to have the king of all watch brands, Rolex, you have a big variety of watches, because all the watches that they have that say Oyster on them, Oyster Perpetual, you can always go into the water with them as long as you make the waterproofness test sometimes and you know that it's waterproof. But that is something for another video. Maybe we will talk about how we test our watches the next time. But for now, thank you for tuning in again. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And also, if you want to see any kind of video, if you have any ideas that you want to see us or hear our opinion or explanations about, then just write it down in the comments, let us know, and let's keep the community growing. See you next time.